One conversation, one idea, one thought, one experience can completely change your life. It could be an entire conversation, it could just be one sentence, it could just be Satori, just a moment where you have a revelation so deep that you can never see things the same again. Today, for me, I had a conversation with my mentor, who's actually a doctor that I've known for, I want to say 12 years now. He's always given me the hard truth when I needed to hear it. And when I talked to him today about the things in the last video, specifically hell, and I just approached him with like, man, I'm really struggling, my faith, I'm really struggling to connect with God, because of the issue of free will, the issue of salvation, the issue of hell. Because if this, then Arminianism can't or has a problem. And if this, then Calvinism, and here's a problem. And like, to both of those, he's like, yeah, there's a problem there. And he's like, yeah, I don't like either of those. Like, I don't think that's the way to look at things. And just completely dismantled like the way I was seeing things. And he's like, there's something else he said. It was along the lines of, Protestantism believes that it's like huge and the one, and then Protestantism, like, kind of in perspective to all of Christendom, all of the history of Christianity, and just even Christians today, is so small compared to like actually like Catholic, Orthodox, and all in general. And then we were just talking about Catholics and how within Catholics there's Thomasites, there's Thomasists, I don't know, something like that. There's Jesuits, there's all type, like there's all types of different, and then how like it was just like a mind-blowing, like I felt like I was looking at all the options and none of the options were gonna work. And he just kind of flipped that on its head. And we just had a conversation, and he like I laid out the arguments, and he's like, yeah, those are, things that are just kind of disturbing to be unsettled intellectually. So there are different answers and different ways that people deal with those things. And you're probably gonna have a lot of trouble finding that from pastors and from like Protestant like friends and people for the most part. And I was just like, man, wow, okay. And he's like, here, like, watch this, like, this will break everything for you. Like, it was common practice for the Catholic priests to go after a war and to do last rites for people's spirits, for their souls over a battlefield, like praying for spirits that were already dead, and helping them basically move on. He's like, that was like tradition, like that's what was going on. That was accepted belief. And I'm like, can you imagine, right, today, someone saying like, yeah, like I go to cemeteries and pray for people that are dead to help them pass on, like to give them a chance for salvation, it's just like today that would like be heretical by most of our thought processes and in the Protestant world. So yeah, interesting, right? So, and then I went to my therapist like literally 2 hours later, and that conversation was just also huge. Mainly because like I've talked to him multiple times about like, I just like hyper obsess with theological stuff, and if it's not that, then it's just a super fast, like I'm constantly going in an unhealthy way. And he says that it's basically hyperactivity in the mind to avoid dealing with repressed emotions. And I just like, he said that for like the past like year and a half. And I'm like, okay, like what am I supposed to like feel? Like what am I repressing? Like what am I supposed to sit here and feel? Or what am I, and like we've tried to get there, and we've tried to do different things, and like I've tried to like, okay, let me just sit here and feel, let me figure out like what am I hiding, like what are the words, and I just go back to the mind, like I just go back to like head thoughts instead of like experiencing emotion. And something today just clicked. Like I was trying to grasp at straws, like it kind of got to the point where I was just like kind of pressing them, and was just like, I don't know if that's really it. Like, is it really that? Like, I just can't, like, it makes sense, I guess, like, it's a theory, but, like, I don't know that, like, maybe I'm mad that God sent people to hell, like, maybe I'm mad that God allows suffering, like, maybe I'm mad that I've experienced suffering, I'm mad for the people that are experiencing suffering, I'm upset, like, and he's like, like, emotions don't have words, like, emotions are an experience, anything thought, feeling, or anything thought, words, processing, question, answer is all like your head, like here and up, not like here and down, which is what emotions are and what needs to be expressed, felt, give it some oxygen to actually, let the emotions breathe and like do what they need to do, which is be out. And so I don't know, I think he just walked through examples or something, and then he goes, something like an emotion would be something like, I'm afraid. And he said that, and like my whole freaking, like I felt like I had a deeper understanding of the word resonate, like when he said, I'm afraid, as an example, because like I literally like immediately started tearing up. And he was just giving an example of like, here's what an emotion like is. It's just, I'm afraid, and the expression and feeling of that. And like when he said that, I don't know, it just like floodgates, like it just unlocked, and I was like, I'm not just afraid, like I'm like terrified. And I'm terrified specifically of doing wrong, being wrong, believing wrong. I'm terrified of going to hell. I'm terrified of so many things, but specifically those. And it was just like one of those like, oh my gosh, that's why, oh my gosh, and I got it from this, and it presents like this, like it literally like in like 5 seconds, it felt like, that those scenes in the movies where they like zoom into the eyes of a person, and they see all the flashbacks, and everything makes sense, or like in the like Knives Out sort of movies, like everything connects all of a sudden. Like it was literally that, and I was like, oh my gosh. So yeah, I just kind of like realized that, like kind of like let it out a little bit, in the sense of like, wow, like I don't know, it was just like a soft spot that he hit that was like pretty big, and like I haven't like been too emotional other than frustrated, and I like these things, but almost intellectually these things, and feeling them a bit, but not really like sitting and feeling things. So I don't know. I'm excited to dive deep into that. Honestly, he said things after that I don't remember, because I was just so like locked into like, wow, like I can't believe how strong this feels. And he like recognized that. I was like, I think that's just, I think sit in that. Like I think like sit with that, and like invite God into that. And yeah, I don't know. 2 really big conversations today. And honestly, I've gotten so much like, I think this is healthy, because I don't get like pleasure or happy or like affirmed, I guess, by people coming to similar conclusions or presenting possible conclusions which are similar to the ones that I also am thinking are most likely to be true in my past videos in the comments, I don't feel affirmed by someone saying, maybe it's hopeful universalism, maybe it's this, I don't think it could be this, it definitely can't be this, and Calvinism, like, I don't really feel affirmed by that. I'm like, yeah, and like I've read 50,000 other people's opinions too, and like I've always had a differing opinion that moves and changes, and for now this is mine. But I feel very like affirmed by simply posting and other people coming alongside and going, I resonate with this because I also am feeling the same way. I don't feel like I guess it makes me feel better that I'm not, like, I feel pretty alone, like, honestly. Like, I talk to my friends and to them it's just like, yeah, whatever. Like, love them, like, can go out and do stuff, but for the most part, like, it's not a intellectual conversation that they care about, and if they have the conversation, then it's just like, you know, whatever, like, oh, sure, Alex is on one of these things again, like just talking again, or wants to talk about this. It's a topic they don't want to explore and aren't passionate about, and I am, and so it's really difficult, especially when I'm starting to get like kind of emotionally prodded by the intellectual argument or intellectual, you know, exploration, and people just don't care, you know, like 90%. And then I come on here and people are like, I also like am struggling with this like deep down, and it is making things really difficult. And I'm like, oh, thank God. So like someone else also sees that like this kind of makes your whole like inner world crumble. Like that's good to know. Like I'm not just like insane. Like I've been able to like, wow, like, okay, like, I don't know. I just want to find my people. Like, it's funny because the algorithm only pushes it to like 30, 40, 50 people. But like, then people write like whole paragraphs. I say people as if I'm not talking to you. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's cool. But anyways, I love talking to you guys and just connecting. And I look forward to whatever this looks like. I know it'll blow up like in the future when I start doing like shorts and reels and turn like marketing, sales, Alex, charisma on camera on. But it's really just top of funnel, like getting people to come in, the 1% that are really the boys are gonna stay. So